Well, polls in D.C. are now officially open and residents can officially head out to vote. Today, they will choose candidates for mayor, attorney general, D.C. council, and the city's delegate to Congress.
The election also marks the first time voters will use ranked choice voting in a citywide primary. So how might that impact things? Well, let's get out to Maureen this morning in Northwest with a preview.
Hey, good morning. So, yeah, we have to see how this ultimately plays out. But this is one of the most closely watched races in D.C. history because, like you said, we do have a new way of voting here now, the ranked choice voting. A lot of people not familiar with that. So there have been a couple of hiccups of people asking questions exactly how it works. We'll explain that in just a minute. Also, there is some controversy involving one of the mayoral candidates, and we'll tell you about that in a minute. But as you said, polls now open. They open at 7 o'clock. They'll be open until 8 o'clock tonight. Voters choosing candidates for D.C. mayor, attorney general, D.C. council, and delegates in Congress. It's expected to be one of the most consequential local elections in recent years. This is also the first citywide primary, like I said, to use ranked choice voting. So instead of selecting just one candidate, voters can rank candidates in order of preference. If no candidate gets more than 50% of the vote, the candidate with the fewest votes is eliminated and votes are redistributed until a winner emerges. Candidates will spend the day making a final push to connect with voters. Mayoral candidate Janice Lewis-George is scheduled to visit polling locations across the city, including here at the Chevy Chase Community Center this morning. We're expecting her at about 8 o'clock. Mayoral candidate Kenya McDuffie will also make stops at polling places throughout the day. He will begin his day at Turkey Thicket at 8:45 and then make his way here to Chevy Chase as well later this afternoon. Now, one issue hanging over the race involves Lewis-George's campaign. The D.C. Office of Campaign Finance recently fined the campaign $16,000, alleging spending and fundraising violations. Lewis-George's campaign denies the allegations and says it plans to challenge the findings. Now, election officials are urging voters before they head out to make sure that they are familiar with what this ranked choice voting is all about. You can go on the websites and look it up if you're unfamiliar, but make sure that you do know what you're getting into when you come to these polling places. Right now, not a whole lot of people have been coming in, but we'll try to talk to voters to see how they found the system. A lot of people already early voted, too, so that is something that needs to be weighed in here. We'll be catching up with the candidates, as I said, as well, getting their reaction to how the day's shaping up, and ultimately see how this plays out with D.C. now having this new way of voting. Polls closing tonight at 8 o'clock. We'll have updates for you throughout the day. Back to you in the meantime.